I'm Cash Parrish. I help small business entrepreneurs save their life and their business from failure. And these are my top 3 business tips for the week. My 3 weekly tips for this week gonna deal with the topic, how do I know if I'm ready to move from an artist or a technician into the role of an entrepreneur? So here we go. Tip number 1. Are you financially stable? Now that's a question you need to ask yourself in depth, in detail. Are you prepared to open up with all operation expenses available? Are you prepared for that? Have you sat down, scaled it out, and are ready to open up your business with everything available in the bank account currently before you open? Are you prepared for changes in your personal lifestyle? Are you ready to not have the money flowing in your pockets on a day-to-day basis that you once had when you worked for someone else? Are you prepared to quit that full-paying job with benefits and everything that comes along with being a part of said company in the past? Are you prepared to walk away from that consistent paycheck? Do you have enough money to function the business and your household? Are you married or in a relationship and that partner understands that and they understand that they will have to carry the bearing of the weight of the household without you for an unknown time? Because we cannot predict the success. We can only scale it out on paper, write it down, and imagine and forecast for a better future. But you have to go through the steps, and anything can go wrong in the steps. So are you prepared to have your personal lifestyle totally change? Are you prepared to operate the business with all operational expenses with the capital that you have today? They match up equally, and you can do this. Are you prepared for the slow seasons? There will be slow times. There will be times within that industry or times within your business that sales just don't come. Do you have any money, or you're capable of having this business to sustain itself while your house sustains itself through the slow seasons? If so, then financially, you're ready. If not, you have to get yourself in a position where if something comes up, a broken transmission, the car gets stolen, the rims and tires stolen off the car, the employee walk out and quit, or theft happens, somebody breaks in your business, you have to be financially stable to endure that outside forces of negative energy that is trying to depreciate your financial structure, your financial savings. Are you ready? Step number 2, do you understand the industry that you are trying to immerse yourself into? Do you really understand that industry? That is a good question to ask yourself. Not have you read a few blogs, not have you talked to people or been around it. Do you understand? Because you are about to dive deep into the depths of it as you take on the responsibility of opening a business in that industry. So do you understand the ins and outs of that industry, the laws, the licensing, the regulations, the infrastructure in designing your facilities, your operations? Who to hire, what credentials should they have, what requirements, what do you understand the ins and outs of the industry itself? What is standard, what is not standard, what is the new techniques, the new tools, the new equipment, the new technology that they are using? Do you have a profound understanding, in-depth understanding of that industry? Do you understand your competitors? What are they doing? How are they doing it? By what tools are they using? What is their business model? What is their position in the industry? Are you going to come out and do something just like them with a less of a cost? Are you going to come out and do something that is diverse from them with a greater cost? You have to understand your competitor and which way they're moving, so you can either move with them or move against them, or you're going to wind up being just another number of all the people with no diversity, and you will not stand out. So you got to understand your competitors, all of them, not one of them, but all of them. You may have the top 1, top 2, or 3, but you do have to understand that for every competitor there is, whether it is a bootlegger or whether it is a professional established business, And I consider freelancers, the majority of them are bootleggers. But that's another story. But do you have a profound understanding who's in the house shaking and baking and who's on the streets and what are they doing and what are the price points and the numbers? Do you understand the competition? Now, do you understand the market? What are the voids that they have in the industry? What are the concerns that the customers have in the industry? What is the future with the regulations and the laws coming in your city or in the industry itself worldwide? What is actually going on in that market, so you can understand the economy, the economical structure, the place for the demographics that actually patronize your business. You have to understand the market, so the voids and the concerns are crucial in you establishing whether or not you're ready to go into business or into said business for yourself. So that is step number 2. I like to say tip number 3, leadership. Are you ready to be a leader? Stop, pause, and ask yourself that. What is a leader? Now, are you responsible, or are you willing to be responsible for each and everything in all things, its failures and its success? That means for every department, responsible meaning you are the doer. When you don't have enough money or you do have enough money, majority of a small business entrepreneurs, you are the doer. You're responsible for getting it done. You're responsible for making sure it gets done. So responsibility is something totally different from accountability. We'll talk about that in a few seconds. But responsibility, you are responsible for making sure the job gets done. Are you ready to be responsible for all things, everything, marketing, advertisement, sales and services and customer experience? Are you ready to be responsible? Because if you are, especially in small business, if you are one or two of the main key people that are operating the business, you are in the mix every day. So you have to be responsible for every touch point of the customer's experience, every touch point of the employee's experience, and every touch point or every aspect of the building, the business, the landlord, the control, the contracts, the banking, the financing. You got to be responsible for making sure your eyes are focused and open and you are alert and on your note every day, on your task. Are you ready to be responsible? It is more than opening up a business and jumping out there and doing the services. I like to do tattoos. I'm going to open up a tattoo shop. I'm doing tattoos and I'm not going to pay attention to anything else that's going on. It doesn't work that way. And unfortunately, you are responsible once you become a business owner. Are you ready to be responsible and understand how to hire people, motivate them so that they may achieve the objectives that are in the business plan or in the actual overall strategy? Are you ready to be responsible for that? You have to understand how to hire, who to pair together, how to put them inside the business to create that phenomenal culture that gets things done. How do you motivate them? How do you talk to them? How do you make them want to do the job that they're already supposed to be passionate about doing? You have to understand those things because you have objectives that are lined up on the board that has to be strategically knocked out one by one, consistently, and some seasonally or timely. But you have objectives and you must achieve your goals or your business will never grow, it will never thrive. And you as a leader, you have to be responsible for leading your team to success. Now, are you ready? The last thing is, are you ready to take accountability for every aspect of the brand, from the people you hire to their conduct, their role on social media, their performance in your uniforms out in the community? If you're in a small community, how they represent your brand even when they're not on the clock. When people say, hey, isn't that Joe from over at the such and such business? Yeah, that's Joe. What is he doing over there? Are you ready to be accountable for the actions of the people even when they're on their own free time, when they're on social media and they say they work for you, but they are making racist comments, or they are being very ignorant or wild, or smoking weed and having guns and making it rain at the strip club, and they represent your company? How do you feel? Are you ready to take on the responsibility and the role for the accountability of what the brand is, what the brand looks like, what the brand smells like, what the brand feels like, slips and falls and accidents, people that having trouble get hurt on your property, in your premises, or anything of that aspect. How you align yourself. Who do you have to sponsor? Did you get a person who you thought was a celebrity or artist to come out and do something for the business, but then that person has a bad credibility? They did something later in the news and now they thinking you all align together. I'm just giving you scenarios for accountability. You become the owner and you become the person that have to own the actions of the brand and everything within it. And if you are ready for those things, it is bigger than the talent that you possess. It is bigger than you coming to the table and saying, I just want to be the biggest baker in the city and be successful. It is about ownership and accountability. It is about having financial comprehension and understanding to create that beautiful business that you must have, so that way the employees could stay with jobs and the entrepreneurs could stay creating them. My name is Cash Parrish. Those are my 3 tips for the day. Again, my business ate my life, so I'm sharing with you so that the business doesn't eat yours, and I hope you choose life. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to our social media networks. Please visit our website and support us. Sharing is caring, so if we're saying it, we hope it's worth sharing to your folks and friends. And again, I'd like to thank you for tuning in and taking the time to be with us. Again, my name is Cash Parrish. You all take care. Peace.